안녕하세요. 터미입니다. Let's have fun learning Korean today. Today's grammar is first, 니은 는다면 if this happens one will, would. Second, 어야겠다 have to, should. And lastly, 나보다 it seems like, it looks like. Once you learn today's grammar, you can say I have to do this. For example, 오늘 중으로 티켓을 구매해야겠어요. I have to buy tickets today. Like this sentence, you can say various expressions by learning today's grammar and you can pass topic to level 4. Let's become a super intermediate master of Korean. You can accomplish this for sure. 그럼 시작할게요. To begin with, let's learn the first grammar, 니은 는다면. If this happens, one will, would. I have to roll up my sleeves to explain this grammar. Why? Because I often receive questions like, how is this grammar different from 으면, if, when, and 니은다면? If this happens, one will, would. To answer this question, I say 으면 and 니은 는다면 have similar meanings. Therefore, both can be interchangeable for some sentences. However, there are slight differences depending on the content, so I'll explain this part. In a nutshell, you use 으면, if, when to refer to events that are likely to happen, while you use 니은 는다면, if this happens, one will, would to refer to events that are unlikely to happen. For example, 여름이 오면 날씨가 더워져요. When summer comes, it gets hot. You use 으면 because this sentence communicates a fact, it gets hot in summer, which is generally true, right? And it has a high possibility of happening, doesn't it? On the other hand, if you use 니은다면 to say 여름이 온다면 날씨가 더워져요, it sounds unnatural because 니은다면 fits for events that have a low possibility of happening. The correct usage is 한여름에 한국에서 눈이 내린다면 모두가 깜짝 놀라겠죠? Everyone would be stunned if it snows in the middle of summer in Korea. Like this sentence, you use 니은 는다면 to express a supposition that cannot happen so easily. Okay, is it clear enough? Moreover, 니은 는다면 is most suitable when you talk about your dreams, such as 부자라면, if I was a rich person, 연예인이 된다면, if I became a celebrity, 복권에 당첨된다면, if I won a lottery. Do you get the feeling? For your information, 니은 는다면 means also the same as at 없으면 and at 없더라면. Okay? Now, let's learn the usage. For verbs, you add 니은 는다면 to a verb stem. If a verb does not have a final consonant, you add 니은다면. For instance, 가다 to go does not have a final consonant. Therefore, you add 니은다면 to make 간다면. If I go, I would. If a verb has a final consonant, you add 는다면. For example, 먹다 to eat has a final consonant. Therefore, you add 는다면 to make 먹는다면. If I eat, I would. For adjectives and substantive verbs, such as 있다, 없다, you add 다면 to a stem. For nouns, you add 이라면. Then, let's read the sentence that expresses low possibility. 이번 상금을 딸 수 있다면 얼마나 좋을까? How nice it would be if I could win this prize. Here, 딸 수 있다 means could win. As you can see, 있다 is a substantive verb. So what do you have to add? 3, 2, 1. 다면, yes! You add 다면 to make 딸 수 있다면 if I could win. Let's read the next sentence. 겨울이라도 날이 따뜻하다면 굳이 난방을 틀 필요는 없는 것 같아요. Even in winter, if the day is warm, I don't think you need to turn on the heating. Here, 따뜻하다, to be warm, is an adjective. So, what do you have to attach? 3, 2, 1. 다면, yes! You can attach 다면 to the stem to make 따뜻하다면 if the day is warm. This sentence communicates if it is warm in winter, which is unlikely to happen. That's why it is appropriate to use 다면. Okay? How about the next sentence? 제가 부자라면 부모님을 위해서 집을 사줄 거예요. If I was a rich person, I would buy a house for my parents. Here, 부자, a rich person, is a noun. So you add 라면 to make 부자라면 if I was a rich person. Quiz! Then let's deepen our understanding with some quizzes. Which one is the correct answer? 그렇게 노래를 콘테스트에 나가보는 건 어때? If you sing so well, how about taking part in a competition? Number 1, 잘하는다면. Number 2, 잘한다면. The correct answer is number 2. 노래를 잘하다 is to sing well. Since 잘하다 is a verb, you add 니은다면 to make 노래를 잘한다면 if you sing well. In this sentence, you can also say 노래를 잘하면 if you sing well. As you can see, you can use both 으면 and 니은다면 for a sentence like this. Number 1, 잘하는다면 is the wrong conjugation, so be careful. Then let's read together to suggest to the other person. 그렇게 노래를 잘한다면 콘테스트에 나가보는 건 어때? Please read this sentence until it flows naturally. Then let's try the next quiz. 제가 지금 바로 그녀에게 청혼하겠어요. If I were you, I would propose to her immediately. Number 1, 당신이었다면. Number 2, 당신이라면. The correct answer is number 2. Since 당신, you, has a final consonant, you say 당신이라면 if I were you. Number 1 is the wrong conjugation. It should be 당신이었다면 because 당신 has a final consonant. Now, let's read the sentence together. 제가 당신이라면 지금 바로 그녀에게 청혼하겠어요. Please practice this sentence until it flows naturally. The second grammar, 어야겠다 means have to, must, need to. You use this grammar to express a strong will to do something or to indicate that something needs to be done. In principle, you use 어야겠다 to only present tense verbs. In terms of usage, you make 요 form first and then take out 요 and add 야겠다. For example, the 요 form of 가다 to go is 가요, right? You remove 요 from here and add 야겠다 to make 가야겠다, I must go. If it is 먹다 to eat, the 요 form is 먹어요, right? So you remove 요 and add 야겠다 instead to make 먹어야겠다, I must eat. Now, let's read a sample sentence to see what he has to do. 시간이 늦었으니까 이제 슬슬 귀가해야겠다. Since it is late, I have to go home. Here, 귀가하다 means to go home. Can you say the 요 form of 귀가하다? 3, 2, 1. It is 귀가해요. Yes! So you add 야겠다 to make 귀가해야겠다. I have to go home. Let's read the next sentence. 제대로 공부해서 한국어 시험을 봐야겠어. I have to study diligently and take the Korean exam. Here, the 요 form of 시험을 보다 to take an exam is 시험을 봐요. You take out 요 and attach 야겠다 to make 시험을 봐야겠다. I have to take an exam. Let's read the next sentence. 앞으로 우리는 세계 빈곤 문제에 대해서 더 생각해야겠어요. From now on, we have to think more seriously about the issues of poverty in the world. Here, the 요 form of 생각하다 to think about is 생각해요. You take out 요 from this and add 야겠다 to make 생각해야겠다. We have to think about. Quiz! Now let's deepen our understanding of 어야겠다 by taking some quizzes. Which one is the correct answer? 티켓이 거의 팔리지 않아서 이번 콘서트는 since only a few tickets are sold, we have to cancel this concert. Number 1, 중지하겠어요. Number 2, 중지해야겠어요. Oh no, it is indeed sad to cancel a concert. Anyway, the correct answer is number 2. The yo form of 중지하다 to cancel is 중지해요. You take out yo from this to make 중지해. Then you add 야겠다 to make 중지해야겠다. We have to cancel. Number 1, 중지하겠어요 means we will cancel. It is different from the translation. Thus, it is incorrect. Now, let's read the sentence together. 티켓이 거의 팔리지 않아서 이번 콘서트는 중지해야겠어요. Please read it with a sad feeling. Let's try the next quiz. 회사 컴퓨터를 가능한 한 빨리. I have to fix my company computer as soon as possible. Number 1, 거쳐야겠어요. Number 2, 거치어야겠어요. The correct answer is number 1. The yo form of 고치다 to fix is 고쳐요. You take out yo from this to make 고쳐. Then you add 야겠어요 to make 고쳐야겠어요. I have to fix. Number 2, 거치어야겠어요 is the wrong conjugation, so don't choose it. Now, let's read the sentence together. 회사 컴퓨터를 가능한 한 빨리 고쳐야겠어요. Please read this sentence to communicate your feelings to the other person. The last grammar, 나보다 means it looks like, it seems like. You use this when you make a guess based on your observation. You mainly use this grammar with verbs. For the present tense, you only add 나보다 to a verb stem. For instance, 가다 to go will be 가나보다 he seems to go. 먹다 to eat will be 먹나보다 he seems to eat. For the past tense, it is going to be at 없나보다. In this case, you make the past tense first and then attach 나보다 to a stem. For example, the past tense of 가다 to go is 갔다, went. You attach 나보다 to the stem to make 갔나보다 he seems to have gone. Note that if an adjective has 있다, 없다, such as 재미있다, 재미없다, you conjugate them like verbs. For example, 재미있나 보다 means seems to be interesting, and 재미없나 보다 means seems to be uninteresting. Okay? Now, let's read the sentence to see how the speaker is making a guess. 낮에도 이렇게 춥다니 이제 겨울이 왔나 보다. Being this cold in the afternoon, it seems like winter has already arrived. Here, 왔다 came is the past tense of 오다 to come. You add 나보다 to the verb stem to make 왔나보다. It seems like winter has already arrived. How about the next sentence? 아들이 그렇게 몰두해서 책을 읽는 걸 보니 책이 재미있나 봅니다. Seeing my son so engrossed in reading a book, it seems that the book must be interesting. Here, 재미있다 to be interesting is an adjective. However, since this word has 있다, you apply as a verb. It is a tricky part, right? So you attach 나보다 to the stem to make 재미있나 보다. It seems to be interesting. Quiz! Let's deepen our understanding with some quizzes. Which one is the correct answer? 무슨 소리 들리지 않았어요? 누가 집에? Didn't you hear a noise? It looks like someone came into the house. Number 1, 들어왔나 봐요. Number 2, 돌아갔나 봐요. The correct answer is number 1. The past tense of 들어오다, to come into, is 들어왔다, came into. You add 나 보다 to make 들어왔나 보다. Also, you change it to the yo form to make 들어왔나 봐요. It looks like someone came in. Number 2 is wrong because 돌아갔나 봐요 means someone seems to go back. It is different from what the speaker wants to say. Then let's read the correct sentence together. 무슨 소리 들리지 않았어요? 누가 집에 들어왔나 봐요. Please read this sentence with a nerve-wracking feeling. Then let's try the next quiz. 우리 엄마가 어제 한국 드라마를 늦게까지. It seems that my mother was watching a Korean drama until late at night yesterday. Number 1, 봤나 봐요. Number 2, 보나 봐요. The correct answer is number 1. 보다 is to watch. The past tense is 봤다, watched. You add 나 보다 to the stem to make 봤나 보다. It seemed that my mother was watching. Then you change it to a yo form to make 봤나 봐요. It seemed that my mother was watching. Number 2 is wrong because 보나 봐요 is the present tense. Thus, it does not match with the words 어제, yesterday, and 늦게까지, until late at night. Then let's read the correct sentence together. 우리 엄마가 어제 한국 드라마를 늦게까지 봤나 봐요. Please read this sentence at least 3 times. Homework! Now, I'll tell you a very powerful sentence. 상상할 수 없는 꿈을 꾸고 있다면 상상할 수 없는 노력을 해라. If you are dreaming of the unimaginable, make unimaginable efforts. Wow! This sentence is so true. I will make an incessant effort to teach Korean to you guys. By the way, did you spot today's grammar? I hope you did. Then I'll announce today's homework. There are 2 parts to homework. First, please make 3 sentences using today's grammar. For the first sentence, please use 니은 는다면. If this happens, one will, would. You can write your wish here. For example, 저는 돈이 많다면 멋진 차를 사고 싶어요. If I had lots of money, I want to buy a nice car. Like this sentence, 니은 는다면 is perfect grammar when you talk about your dreams. Please use your full imagination to make your sentence. For the second sentence, please use 어야겠다, have to, should. For example, 빨리 집에 가서 자야겠다. I have to go home early to sleep. For the third sentence, please use 나 보다. It looks like, it seems like. For example, 부장님의 얼굴이 밝은 걸 보니 좋은 일이 있었나 보다. Looking at the manager's bright face, it seems that something good has happened. The second homework is to memorize new words. Please memorize the 40 words from number 1481 to number 1520 on page 19 in the intermediate vocabulary list. There is a vocabulary quiz of 40 words on my website, so just feel free to try it. The link is in the description box. That's all for today. Good job, guys! Yeah! I'm looking forward to the day when I can talk with you in Korean. 그럼 오늘도 행복 가득, 웃음 가득한 하루 되세요. 한국어 파이팅, 파이팅, 파이팅!